Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you America's top foundational health coach, Dr. Joe D.
Hey there, I'm Dr. Jody Bear. I know I say this quite often, but this is an extremely special broadcast. Mindset Monday, the mindset of a global change maker, the mindset of the power of one. We're back, Mindset Monday, and I am so happy to say February, it's International Heart Month. What better time to bring a global change maker from the heart? I am Dr. Jody Bear, your host for this expanded, usually Mindset Monday is just 30 minutes, but when you see the content, when you feel the woman, when you experience the passion, vision like none other, you'll understand why. We've got an hour-long program today. For those of you that don't know me, I have been for 4.5 decades, going on my 5th decade, a holistic healer, health coach, and health practitioner in all 6 pillars of health: spiritual, mental, emotional, physical, financial, and social. What have we done here? Well, we built a tribe, a healthpedia tribe. But before then, those 4 decades, I was honored to bring 35,000 clients through 1 million pounds of toxic fat lost with a 5% recidivism rate. Frankly, my other just honor, and I'm humbled to say that there are 1,876 babies that are in this world. This is African Women's Health Project International, which is the non-for-profit of our beautiful princess, who's my guest here today. But I still call her princess. She's really queen now. So frankly, those 1,876 babies, I'm now Dr. Grandma Jody Bear as well. These couples that were infertile, that they could be breathed life into them and bring forth life. What Princess Ogunlana has done to me this year has brought forth life. Life that I didn't know I had, life that just was something I was meant to be. So if you're looking for this vision and mission and purpose in your life, that is Mindset Monday's true mission. Every single Monday, we do something to bring forth that life, and that life is inside of you. Because just as we write this beautiful works and these books, we're into our 3rd book. I'm going to bring it on right now. Real Men Are Aware, Awakening the Conscious Male, will be on and launched on Father's Day. Why? Because these men have a mission. These men have something to say as well. If you're sitting, men, and really ladies, because we're going to have an adjunct where we can bring you into your voice as well. I always say, the story that you're sitting on, someone is waiting on. And truly, when you sit back, miracles occur every day. Beckon them in. What is your miracle today? By the way, that was my quote in our first book, Healthopedia, putting together the pieces of foundational health. When I think about this book, I didn't know one thing about publishing. I just knew that I had a vision, I had a mission, and I had a burning desire. So I'm going to ask you, what is your burning desire right now? What is your desire that you just can't get as far as out of your mind? What is that vision that you just want to have like none other? Well, if you want it, you might be able to have it. But if you dream it, you can do it. If it's that passion that wakes you up at 3 o'clock in the morning, which you've heard me say is your gallbladder. Your gallbladder is that piece that really is your second brain. and it's talking. My Norwegian mother would say, Jody, you know it in your knower. Well, that's your knower. And that knower, knowing that you can do it, nothing can stop you. Nothing can stop you but you. And I can say more than anything, and we'll probably weave this all in, the power of one. I just want to take a moment. This all leads back to Uncle Les Brown. It is his birthday week. He is 81. It's just like it's my birthday Saturday. I'll be 72. Les Brown and I've always said we're the same age. We're both 9, 81, 72. So go on his site, wish him a happy birthday. But a birthday is only as good as what you do with all those days between birthdays. What are you going to do that will motivate you to the next greatest you? I didn't know anything like this was going to happen 15 months ago. No way. 3 years ago, came through Papa Les Brown, met Kim Jacobs. As you know, I'm a frequent guest on her Kim Jacobs show for Freestyle Fridays, the health portion. Then she said, well, why don't you come on my show? Then all of a sudden, Kim says to me, you need to meet Dr. Nephetine Serrano. And what that door opened up, it's the power of one. Les Brown, Kim Jacobs, Dr. Nephetine Serrano, she introduced me to Princess Moradeun Ogunlana. And these doors just opened up globally. The power of one. Thank you, Sister Dr. Nephetine, for thinking of me, for having me be able to receive the Lifetime Presidential Award at Chateau Alon in front of my big bear before he transitioned and graduated to heaven. Thank you. So who are you going to thank? You see, those miracles beckon every day. They're right in front of you. So make sure you welcome them in. So we're going to welcome in our first sponsor before I bring Princess Moradeun up, and that is Dame Doria Cordova, another royalty maiden. Dame Doria Cordova has Money and You, the longest running experiential seminar of its kind. There's one coming up April 8th and 9th, right before we debut with Tony the Dreammaker Doty, the Art of Manifestation film, April 9th and 10th at the Quantum Spa on Wilshire Boulevard in LA. Then you can stay for the wellness weekend and just have a tremendous just experience life to the fullest. That means get in, get your big toe wet at least, dive in, but dive into Money and You, one of the 6 pillars of health. When your money is good, the social impact will be great. So take a look, take a feel, but take a listen to Dame Doria Cordova of Money and You.
Money and You is the longest running entrepreneurial, experiential, transformational training in the world. And we have been impacting the lives of over 200,000 graduates from over 85 countries since 1979. I am Doria Cordova and I own Money and You. And I would like to invite you to join us to the next program where you will have an opportunity to be with a group of people that will all be immersed in experiential games where you have an opportunity to clear any blocks that you may have to really creating wealth and doing good. But at the same time, learn the business success model, which really immerses you into a conversation about leverage. Leverage is key in creating wealth and doing good. And we have the results to show that this program works. People like Tony Robbins, Robert Kiyosaki of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Ben Cohen of Ben and Jerry's, and many others have attended this program and changed their lives and created new industry and are some of the most well-known change makers in the world. Thank you. Aloha. Bye-bye.
Well, say aloha, which is hello and goodbye. And know that when you do this in San Diego, with these 250,000 plus graduates. You will be saying aloha, hello to your money, and goodbye to everything that is stressful about money. I'm living proof. Go ahead as you see this ticker. Take this down, take a screenshot as it's coming back up, because you have a chance to get a substantial $1,000 discount just for linking on to this link. So let's get this party started, shall we? It's rarely that I can go ahead and let a video introduce the one-of-a-kind change maker. I was so honored when Dr. Nephetine said, I think Princess Moradeun needs to be in our book, and there she is in the social pillar of health. I can say that she wasn't one of these princesses that just got her money and just became a princess. Oh no, I wrote everything in from the 15th century. It's in our book. And that's why she's princess, as we call her, because it's habit, but she's been coronated as queen. Princess Moradeun, UN ambassador from Nigeria. Princess Moradeun, AWHPI founder and global change maker for her African Women's Health Project International, a global movement in their 20th year now, just because she felt like she needed to make a difference when she saw a woman dying along the side of the road. That is a global change maker. This beautiful, beautiful organization will be a part and will be aligned this coming March, and you'll hear about that with the UN and the CSW March event that we're going to be doing for women's international health. However, the for-profit Africa 259 aligning the 17 sustainable goals by 2030 for the UN, and 259 stands for each of those three. You'll hear about that as well. But more than anything, she is a humble servant. She welcomes you wherever you go. Who did I think that I was going to be getting off the plane in Lagos, Nigeria? And she met me with her driver. Attention to detail, the finest, like none other, that we can introduce her to you and reacquaint to others through her video. Here, friends, family, colleagues, and all other fans global alike. This is Her Royal Highness, Queen Dr. Moradeun Ogunlana. Her Royal Highness Princess Dr. Moradeun Ogunlana. When I hear this music, doesn't it make you want to go? And all I can say is I'm welcoming to the stage the absolutely iconic, humble, one-of-a-kind global leader and change maker. Welcome, Princess Moradeun, back to Mindset Monday and our Healthopedia channel. Welcome, my dear.
Thank you so much for having me back, Dr. Jody. So you got us moving with that introductory video, and it just really gets you.
Yes. And it just reminds me, everywhere we've gone this last year, it's I've got to do this, and I'm doing this in great honor to use your beautiful accent. Let's take a picture.
Let's take a picture.
Let's take a video. So let's take a tour through what we're talking about. I was just thinking about the power of one. And isn't it just beautiful to be able to acknowledge Dr. Nefertina, because she's such a servant heart leader, and she'll be up there working in March.
Oh my God, she is phenomenal. She's one of those people that God has blessed me with. That's the way I look at it. And obviously bless you with also too, because she's just really a remarkable human being. She and her husband working side by side, in just the work of the Lord, and just really making sure that, she's not only pouring into people, but also to even lifting them up. So I thank God for Dr. Nephetine Serrano and Dr. Richard Serrano, the two of them just really doing some amazing work over in Philly. And for her also too, being the East Coast director of AWHPI Global Foundation, and she's the one that's handling a lot of our projects all around the East Coast area over there. So I'm just really grateful to her for her servant heart. And her husband. We thank God for them and for connecting me with you.
That's for you. And I'm just thinking, I'm thinking back, and I remember after we had our virtual, which I didn't know I was going to do. Somebody said, Jody, you have to have a virtual celebration of Bob, my Big Bear's life, before you do the big service of which we had 6 of them in April. You've got to do something virtually. And we had only met, but Dr. Nefertina says this: with time meets destiny, miracles happen. And we'd had this miracle of a couple of edits with our book, and we just connected. And then you did an amazing job. Just go to Healthopedia, go to our channel, and you can watch your outpouring of what you said that day. And it really, really, you gave, and I'm probably going to bring it up more than once, but your quote in our book that says, a woman is just not the whispers of her soul, but the elegant grace that echoes through eternity. That elegant grace allowed me to come out after 30 days and say, okay, Yahuwah, that's why I call him about his original name. Some of you call him Jesus, Lord. That matters not, but he's the same maker of and creator of all. I said, what is my next purpose? And you came after that virtual summit. You never know one word. That's that mindset from the mind. That one word can make all the difference. You said, I did not know that your husband was this accomplished. I need to make him an ambassador of peace. The only thing, Princess, at that point that I've ever seen about the UN was the flags. Now you think about the outside when I was in college, and look what happened. I said, what do I want to say? Just inspired you to make this offer for my Big Bear to become an ambassador of peace?
When I read the bios, and even before I read the bios, but listening to all the people really talking about the impact that he had on each of their lives. I mean, I had incredible, grown, these are well-traveled, these are well-accomplished men, grown, talking about Dr. Robert H. Bear, talking about him like this and quivering with their voice, in their voice, hearing the quiver in their voice. So so it really shows you the impact that he had on their lives. Somebody like that. And then now even going down to his bios, and I'm like, this is what the Ambassador of Peace stands for. This really encapsulates all the 17 Sustainable Development Goals of the United Nations. But more importantly, the fact that, he worked for humanity. He stood at the forefront, and even more so, even from the forefront, even on the sidelines, he sat with people that he never knew, But but to just bring comfort and bring succor to them, that is incredible. That's a life well lived.
Yes, so much. So we're going to bring it up and just get ready. Today is going to be kind of like watching your whole movie, but we don't care. It's what we do. So let's honor my big bear this day with you as well. It was last year at this time that we had the conferment.
Step into one part of the life and times of Dr. Robert H. Baer, PhD, RPA. Military hero and decorated Vietnam veteran. Oxford-educated professor, acclaimed as the 8th professional archaeologist in Oxford University history. Preservationist and activist, creation of Miami Circle, a national historical register for the Seminole Indian tribe. U.S. diplomat in Panama with Manuel Noriega and Anastasio Somoza. In Nicaragua, Operation Just Cause. Envoy for the Department of Defense, Afghanistan and Pakistan. Anthropologist in acculturation for over 1,500 Afghani and Pakistani warring tribes through peaceful psychological methods. Dr. Robert H. Baer's extraordinary life stands as a testament to dedication, courage, and an unwavering commitment to making the world a better place. From military hero to Oxford professor, preservationist to diplomat, his legacy continues to inspire those who seek to bridge cultures and protect history. His legacy continues now, too. The United Nations-sponsored Dr. Robert H. Baer Foundation and Memorial Scholarship Fund, a legacy project for the next generation with a passion for the past, bringing new enlightenment to the present to empower the future.
And that, my dear, is you. Because I remember when we were in front of those 17 sustainable goals and you brought me over to this lovely and inspired man from China. And now we're doing this foundation, all because, Princess, you might be finished for the day, but you're never through. So that's our next project for 2026. But now we're going to take a year in review. And I want to thank for sure. So go to roberthbaer.com. We're just at the cusp of beginning this as well, because we have to finish one, do another. The other thing that I want to make an announcement about, we're on the cusp of getting funding for his documentary movie. Now that I'm all relocated to South Florida, Beneath the Surface, the life and times of Robert H. Baer. So just get ready. We're just getting this party started. Yes. But how about this? I want to give a real shout out to Robert Towns. He can put things together faster than anybody on planet Earth. I said, Robert, I need this video. And guess what? Because I said, we need a video to use video, and we've got a video. So let's look, Princess. I don't even know whether you've had a chance. It's just beautiful. Our year in review. And I will say thanks to you.
The power of one. What a blessing to be part of a glorious global community of game changers. From NASDAQ in Times Square to the United Nations Ambassador of Peace conferment, featuring my big bear, Dr. Robert H. Baer, to the international women's empowerment stages around the world, celebrating AWHPI Global's 20th anniversary in Little Rock alongside our Healthapedia tribe, receiving the Presidential Humanitarian Award, and our tribe honored with the President's Lifetime Achievement Awards. October carried us to Dubai, emceeing and keynoting the First Ladies Forum for Global Leaders. And who could have imagined? 2025 brought us to Lagos, Nigeria, where our princess was crowned queen, and we began pre-planning for Africa 259. Now 2026, our CSW 70 Ambassador conferments with Dr. Jim and Deb Simpson joining our Peacekeepers of Planet Earth, Impacting Through Women's Essence and Real Men are aware panels at the Nigerian Embassy, and on to Qatar in April for another world-changing First Ladies Forum. Then August in Abuja, Nigeria, pouring into our youth. One heart, one soul, one purpose. For the health, healing, and hope of humanity.
Isn't that beautiful, just like you?
That is so beautiful. Thank you so much for putting that together. Robert?
Robert Townsend. There are a lot of Roberts in my life. So let's just, I think, once again, and he's going to be a big part of our family and what we're doing here as well. And I love that he changed the name to Titan Productions after his son. And he said he called him, if I only have one son, he called him his Z-Man. That's why it comes up to Robert Towns Productions with a Z.
With a Z.
And let's just talk about the fact that you don't get any Z's. Here you are in Dubai. It's already 9 o'clock. You're as fresh as a daisy. It's amazing. So think about, what is your recollection of our AWHPI conferment last February? What stands out for you, Princess?
Each time we do that conferment, it's a different vibe. But last year just stood out extraordinarily in the fact that, of course, most importantly, because we did recognize, Dr. Robert H. Bear posthumously during that event. But what really stood out for me was just the dedication and the tenacity of each and every individual that we inducted last year, and the work that they've been doing individually, but now putting it together collectively to actually, align it with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. That was a big deal for us, and it continues to be, because once we inducted the ambassadors, they go even more. Their work become more amplified, and so they really go into the projects that they're already doing, and they become the champions of change, really, and they're making it, coming back to AWHPI to actually unite our communities together to drive the Sustainable Development Goals on inclusion and progress. Now, the Sustainable Development Goals of the United Nations is the one that we have now, the 17 Sustainable Development Goals, is off by 2030. So right now we have less than 4 years to go to come up with a new set of goals. But the work that we need to do, of course, is still, we're like at the last race, especially since last year, 2025, that was like our 5-year mark to 2030. So now we're now in 2026. And so the work that we're doing really is more amplified. And we're going to really be celebrating it at the Commission on the Status of Women at the United Nations for the International Women's Program. And our event is scheduled for March the 18th. And it's going to start off in the morning at the Nigerian Embassy, the Embassy of the Federal Republic of Nigeria in New York, where we are going to lead a very high-level panel discussion on multilateral pathway towards achieving the SDG goals. And of course, that evening, we are going to culminate that evening where we are going to have the conferment of our new class, the 2026 class of the Ambassador for Peace, where we're going to be honoring some incredible folks. We're going to actually honor 6 ambassadors this year, and then we'll have 6 agents of change makers. So then those 2, and you will see more of it. It's going to be an amazing evening. It's going to start from 6 o'clock on the March 18, and it's going to be at the UN One Plaza, Millennium Hilton Hotel in New York, right across from the UN headquarters, right on the UN headquarters campus. So we're looking forward to actually having a great dialogue. And I know that for the Nigerian embassy, we're going to have none other than our own Dr. Jody Bear as our mistress of ceremony for that.
I'm honored.
Very important dialogue that we're going to have that morning session, because within that morning sessions, we're going to have some keynote speeches, but most importantly, we're going to have 3 distinct panel discussions. And one of them is going to be the one that's going to be centered around your new book, your new upcoming book, Real Men Are Aware.
Yes.
Where it's going to be just all men on that panel. And the reason being, in order for us to actually be able to have a sustainable women empowerment, men have to be present in there also. Mm-hmm. It's going to take a collective work of all of us working together to be at the table to make sure that, whatever it is that's been needed, because it takes 2 to be able to achieve this goal. So everything we need to do is definitely need to be done collectively. And as I always say, the work for humanity is a collective effort of many incredible minds coming together to actually achieve this goal. And one other thing is that collaboration is the new currency. And anyone that is not collaborating is actually leaving a lot of resources and a lot of money on the table.
And I might just add relationships, because relationships are key. So because I can't do everything, you can't do everything, but together we can do everything.
Yes.
And I think about the real men, and I'm not sure why it's not. I guess we're just supposed to leave this one up here because it just loves it being up here, Princess. This is our next event for our Ambassador of Peace, and you can go to that picketing and you can get your tickets right here, right now. You'll see it everywhere. Check us out on social media. I think I posted it 12 times this morning. Princess, I can truthfully say that having the Women's Essence, we're going to be doing a panel with 6 of the Women's Essence authors, because, the essence of a woman is in everything. But then we come back. Real Men Are Aware. There'll be a new tribe. It will be Dr. Ken Rashan, Dr. Smiley. It will be Dr. Bola Amatosho. It will be Tony Doty, who is a big enough man for 2 first and last names, known as Anthony DeGraff. Then we will have Dr. James Marinakis. And it's true that Real Men Are Aware is really what it's all about. When they're aware, then it's making my eyelash fall off, because they're just that amazing. And I've got to say, in our Healthopedia tribe, the 3 ambassadors, Deborah Simpson of C-Medics, who was in Dubai with us, and you got to experience her, and we're blown away, of course.
Oh my gosh, she's amazing.
Amazing. She's everywhere. And Jody, I'm going to be back. She lives in California. Oh, Jody, I'm going to be back Florida. It's just a 2-week tour. It's kind of like you. Are you ever off an airplane? You feel like I sent her this text. I said, oh, it's Thursday. It must be Cleveland. With you, it's Thursday. It must be Abuja. I mean, it's just like you're just everywhere.
No, Dr. Debbie Simpson loves us so much. It took her 38 hours to get to us, right, in Dubai?
Right.
Like she literally went all around the world to get to us in Dubai. So that was incredible.
5 stops and 6 on the way back to California. Then Dr. James Marinakis as well, my esteemed teacher, trainer, partner in Healthopedia. These people really, truly are that piece. And, I want to give Tony a little bit of a big shout out, because, and of course you're going to be in Aruba with us getting filmed for his next upcoming movie. So
I'm ready.
Oh yes. It's Her Royal Ambassador, Her Royal Highness, Queen, Doctor, Actress, Moradeun Ogunlana. And so Tony's movie that I'm honored to be in, the Art of Manifestation movie, will debut in Los Angeles at the Quantum Health Spa, the only rooftop health spa in the world. Okay. It's a sustainable, it's with solar powered, even everything is a sustainable spa, so they use no electricity. Isn't that like amazing? And Jeremy Hoffman and Jason Estes were authors in our first Healthopedia book. But our time that we're going to be at this quantum spa, it's just called Quantum Spa, March. You know me, you know my typing. I'm a great. Or should I say I'm a great publisher, but sometimes I'm not the best when it comes to to spelling. It's April 9th and 10th. Look for it on the Art of Manifestation film. We're going to be there, and it will be an event, because then you can come to the debut and then stay for a 2-day treatment. How about that? And you can get all the information on drjody.com. But let's go back to us. What was it like? I feel like going ahead and putting on the song about Colin Ray, you know, I'm in Little Rock. What was Little Rock like in July for you, your 20th anniversary? I mean, what was that like for you when we were in July in Little Rock?
Little Rock was just phenomenal. And it was phenomenal because, you know, I had all my tribe with me. All my people with me. It was incredible going back to Little Rock, because where everything started for me. I came into Little Rock as a young teenager, going to university over there, the University of Arkansas, Little Rock, and then staying behind. The whole idea when I actually came to Little Rock, when I first moved into Little Rock, was that, you know, I was just going to go to university, and then once the university was over, I was just going to go back home, because that's usually the way we always do it. But of course, you know, by the time you are there like this, the warmth of the people, you know, the friendship I made along the way, they were like family. So that I still maintain till today, even for 30, 40 years later. So it's really incredible. And then to now start it, when I founded the organization over 20 years ago, and to now see that the same people that we started the organization with, by the special grace of God, we're all still together. We're all able to, you know, to actually celebrate, and then join in the new families that have come from all around the world to Little Rock, Arkansas. You know, when people come in from Qatar, coming into Arkansas, they're coming in from Florida, coming in from the UK, coming in from, just everywhere. Just from Nigeria, Ghana.
Ghana.
Yeah, so it was really incredible. It was an incredible feeling. It was a really incredible feeling to just be able to come back and to see the people that that I've left. Not left behind, but that I haven't seen in years. To now reconnect back. And I must tell you another secret. I'm getting ready to go back to Little Rock in the next couple of weeks. Again, once I get back to the States, because we have some other programs getting ready to do with the city of Little Rock, but also too because some of my friends that we were friends with when I first came to Little Rock, some of their children are now actually getting married. So it just really goes to show you that we've all, from that young girl to now, whereby we are now not only mothers, but we are also to grandmothers. It's really, really an incredible, and it's a blessed. It's blessed to be able to do that, to actually have a 4-day event where we included the university sector, the educational sector, the arts sector. We had our books displayed and actually signed over at Pyramids Hat and Book Gallery, one of the oldest and the largest bookstore. Book library, more like it, bookstore in Arkansas. These are the largest where you will see historical books, and I was so happy that all of them. The city of Little Rock gave us all. The full support. The office of the governor. They honored our guests. with the Goodwill Ambassador. So, the city gave us the key to the city. I mean, the door was wide open, even going back 20 years later. So I was I'm really blessed about that. And because of that, we want to carry that message forward. We're going to be doing more things in Little Rock. And this year, just like we mentioned last year, this year, we want to come back to Little Rock in June and July of this year to actually have a follow-up 21st anniversary, but also too, because we have some distinct individuals, some very, very high level individuals that we're inviting to come to the state of Arkansas to see how we can actually promote the economic bilateral trade going on in between Nigeria and Little Rock and Arkansas. We want to see trading in agriculture, in healthcare, and in education. Those are three key major elements to us, because
sign
really
me up with health education. Sign me up.
You are always number one. That's the reason why you are on the board. You are part of the people that are actually going to decide what's going to happen at each and subsequent events that we're going to have. So definitely, so we know we have our in-house physician practitioner right here in our midst. Even I will call her even my own personal practitioner, because she's been definitely doing everything to make me healthy. Look at my skin. Yeah. My skin is glowing because of Dr. Jody.
But it might be those Nigerian peanuts. We'll get into those in a minute. But
I know. The peanut, yes, the peanuts, and I got some for you already. They call it groundnut, so we call it groundnut. So usually, like in the US, they will say it's peanuts, like they will say peanuts, but in Nigeria, you really have to say groundnut. So when you get groundnuts, that's when you actually have the peanuts that you want. So it just a little twist of words, but beautiful. We have the most amazing peanuts, amazing cashew nuts. I mean, among a lot of other things. So we're definitely going to even try to come up with some, especially trading, between the two to see, Arkansas has rice and we have peanuts, and then let's swap sometimes.
And we're kind of, if you're listening to us and if you've just joined us, I'm with the incomparable global change maker, Princess Moradeun Ogunlana, now Queen of Nigeria. But I can say that for real, that it's from Lagos to Little Rock. They're sister cities. We went in because last week, if you didn't hear, was a beautiful Life's Milkshake moment with Deborah Simpson. We know her as Debs. We talked about the Hamptons in August, but I can say we recreated in Crete. But Princess, I am so happy that you said yes to coming on. If you think your skin is good now, just wait until you spend 7 days, actually 8 days, with Dr. Jim and I in Aruba. And we are there March 22nd to the 30th. If you don't know about Aruba tribe listening, it is only 30 people. We have 2 slots, and then it's sold out. We can't just fit in another because it's an immersive training with the incomparable Dr. James Marinakis, White House doctor of 24 years, quantum hydrophysician and healer, Sir Dr. Antoine Chevalier. You heard from Dame Doria Cordova earlier on in the financial pillar. Of course, then we have Dr. Kim Erickson, one of a kind emotional trauma healer, because the issues are in your tissues. Everyone, those 1.1 million pounds of toxic fat loss, Princess, when I got into the transformation is an inside job, and it starts with trauma. We are going to look at that and come out from that. Of course, yours truly is the host and doing this. So let's just take a look at Aruba.
Aruba, Jamaica, ooh, I wanna
Let's start that again. It didn't want to go. It didn't want to go right. The video has just decided this. It's given me a little problem, but it's all good. That was a beautiful picture of you, though. Let's just put that back up. This was you in Little Rock. Weren't you just in your being? Can you imagine after Aruba? Let's take a look, take a feel, take a listen.
Aruba, Jamaica, ooh, I wanna take you.
Let's just stop at the first destination. Aruba. A rich blend of indigenous, African, and European influences. Feel the origins of the Arawak people, encompassing the island's art and tradition. Feel your awareness and alignment unfold as you connect with your ultimate version of healthy living. Lose yourself in the white sand beaches, warm Caribbean breezes, and the landscape known as the Windy Rock. Awareness, alignment, abundance. Find all these and more in Aruba.
And I have a little surprise for you, Princess. When we put together the final video, or let's take a video, and then we go ahead and do our banner that we are putting on AWHPI Global, because it is my heart for your non-for-profit, and being on the board of Africa 259 with your company and your organization. I was so honored with that. It was just amazing. But I got to ask you a question. I mean, people say, well, I can't, I hear this all the time. I can't take off 8 days. Oh, I'm too busy to this. Did you hear it, ladies and gentlemen? This woman is the busiest woman on the globe. Why did you say yes for being a part?
It is so important, because it is so important, because I've seen firsthand, and I've heard of testimonies, firsthand testimony of people that have just really been on the retreats with you. I missed the last one, but this time around, and I remember I told you the last time that even though I was not going to be able to make this one, because I was actually in Adipec during that time in Abu Dhabi. But I said, Aruba, the next one that you're having, count me in. Whatever the date is, I'm going to clear out everything, because I know this is important. And because of what you all are doing with the retreats, is really, encapsulating the body, mind, and soul together, and really working from inside to the outside. Those 7 days that you're going to spend on the at the retreat, you're going to come back, and that 7 day is going to now propel you, and it's going to surge, make the rest of your 347 days.
Oh, you did that one good. You did this one good. Yes, yes. And it is so much more powerful. And frankly, I told you I was going to have some props here. So I had to put you on full screen so you can see. So if this, it just absolutely just thrills your soul. I said, maybe I could, this is kind of like your vision that you're sitting on, someone else is waiting on, because you can go ahead and get a magic pill or a magic herb homeopathically. But how about knowing how to give yourself your magic pill? That's what we'll be doing. And the magic pill of, did I ever think I was going to be in December? I'm going ahead. What was I doing? I was moving. I was doing this, that, and the other. But when the princess calls, you say, I'm there. And this is what I got in Lagos, Nigeria. I'm going to have a special dress when to put this on, and you'll see when we are in Qatar in June 20th and 24th. But we got to meet Mama Nike, the Picasso of Nigeria. Oh, you rolled out the red carpet times 40 for me. And I just want to thank you again. It was just beautiful. What is your recollection of those 4 days we spent together in your country, in Lagos, Nigeria? But you called it, Princess. You said, I'm going to have you over before the end of the year. And look what you did.
It was incredible. It was incredible. And you know, one thing is I think anybody that's ever met you, they know that you carry that energy with you wherever you are, and just the way the outlook that you bring into life. Now, being in Lagos, Nigeria, with you was just it was incredible. We went everywhere, right? It seemed like we went everywhere, and of course, I wanted you to stay longer, but I know that you literally have to carve out those 4 days just so that you can actually be there for us, for me, for those 4 days. So I really deeply appreciate that. In Lagos, from just our getting together and over at Mama Nike's, the Nike's Art Gallery, one of the largest in the world, and of course the very center of Nigeria when you talk about arts and culture. Then, of course, going to actually to go and meet with the state, state at the State Assembly, the Lagos State Assembly, the National Assembly, and actually getting a chance to meet with lawmakers and they hear our thoughts on what we are bringing in, what our mindset is on our Africa 259. And immediately, once they even heard about even the different energy projects that, that you and your partners and us, all of us,
Dr.
all
Jim and Enigma, yes.
Exactly, mm-hmm. And Enigma, that we all bring it together to Lagos, Nigeria. It was just really totally transformative in itself. So, and because of that, of course, there's a lot of things that's happened even after that. Like this is like, the land is here, let's get to work. So the work has already begun. And that's one of the things, that was just your 4 days with me in Lagos. It was transformative.
But it wasn't me. I just want to take our audience into this. This is what happened. There are like 45 million people standing in front of this elevator. Okay. The Queen, when you know that you're in the presence, all Dr. Maggie Bellevue and I did, we just followed you behind, just like ladies in waiting. It was like the sea parted. Oh, the Queen is here. And we got on the elevator. That was when we were at the government building. You know what it's like to be at the DMV. We were at the DMV of how big is this town of Lagos? Is it 12 million?
25 million people.
Oh, I was so off. 25 million people. So imagine the DMV, people waiting to do what we do. And, the Queen is here. And we're there. That's why we got this much up. But this is from Mama Nike, from her gallery. But like I said, I told you it was going to be show and tell. But then you whipped this thing on me. My goodness. I thought I was just saying goodbye to you before I got on the plane to come back to Orlando. Oh, no. Princess, what an honor that now I've always said that I am the doctor of parasites. Now I'm just known as the princess of parasites.
Princess. Yeah, now you are the princess. Nigeria.
So let's just, and you can't see this, but yes, you can kind of gold thread, hand woven. You made me feel like a princess. So y'all, if you see me, you can call me ambassador if you want to be very formal. Doctor, if it's, well, you need some help with your health, because I still do that. But if you really got to be on my good side, just call me princess. Thanks.
Exactly.
Thanks to you. My goodness gracious. So see this beautiful, my granddaughter, my granddaughters at Christmas fought over the shawl. They said, well, it's my turn to wear the shawl. It's my turn. Yes, because girls just love to have fun now, don't we? Yes, and how in the world did we skipped over Nigeria because we've been to so many places. Let's talk about Dubai. When Deb was traveling 38 hours, we had that FAA issue. So all of a sudden, I just had to be the stand-in MC, but I was so grateful. Even 30 hours on the airplane with zero sleep to do this was a thrill of a lifetime. Thank you, Princess.
You were incredible. You were incredible. I mean, and it goes to show you just really your true statesmanship that you have, and your true just in the true essence of what you are. And this is what I've coined for you. After that, we did the essence of a woman book and everything, what have you. So now I come up with this new quote. It's like, a woman's essence is the fusion of strength, compassion, and resilience, a powerful blend that inspires, uplifts, and transforms the world around her. That's you, Dr. Jody Bear.
Oh, see, I'll just quit trying to compete with you, because you always come up with something, you beautiful woman. And here we are in this beautiful stage. When the floor lights up, you know that it's a big deal. Here we are, the beautiful princess, that, and the pictures cannot do it justice. But there's our beautiful Taha Muhammad Kerwin that will be in the book Real Men Are Aware. Please share this quote so I can put it on our YouTube channel. If you're seeing this and say, gosh, I wish I would have known I could share it with others, you can always go to our YouTube channel. It will be up right away. Healthopedia 365. Like, subscribe, and share, because we really are a global community thanks to you. So say that quote just one more time. I just want to take it in. Please do it one more time, would you?
A woman's essence is the fusion of strength, compassion, and resilience, a powerful blend that inspires, uplifts, and transforms the world around her. That's you.
Oh, and I do have a little Southern saying. You can use this one in Little Rock. Princess, if you spot it, you got it. That is you as well. So I mean, we are kindred spirits. We always knew that, and so just say, and I think that when you think about, as my part of the Art of Manifestation film, I talked about manifesting, but I call it whoa manifesting, because whoa, man, when a real woman stops and you go, whoa, man, she gives you a shawl. Mama Nike gives me this beautiful painting I could give to my sister for her birthday. Just made her so happy. And that's what real whoa men do, don't they? And
Yes.
I think about, and it all comes from this heart, the 17 sustainable goals. If it's February is Heart Month, here they are. So I want to spend our last few minutes, and I know we went over, and guess what? It's my show, it's my channel. I don't care. Let's talk about Africa 259. How did that come about? And this is a for-profit, Africa 2. This stands for No Hunger for Children. See, up here, zero hunger. And then you come up with number 5 here, gender equality. I've been waiting for that for a long time. And then you come down to 9, industry innovation. That's what we're doing with Dr. Jim's company that I'm a part of. He created it. I always give him credit, with Enigma for tires to diesel. And we are looking for partners. These things do not come about without money. But tell our viewership, how did you just conceive out of nothing Africa 259?
The Africa 259 actually came about when I was a keynote speaker at Hadipec in Abu Dhabi in the UAE. And there was where I actually saw that, there were voices for other continents, but for sub-Saharan African countries, there was very little. So I came up with this idea of the Africa 259, which is really to develop a climate action plan for the African continent, utilizing the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals 2, 5, and 9. And this project was launched really because of exactly what I saw, in the conversations, sitting at the round table with world leaders, and knowing that, for sub-Saharan African countries, the 54 sub-Saharan African countries, there was very little voice to it. So what I wanted to do was to actually create a structural format whereby we believe that if we take care of these three different pillars, which is the two, that is the zero hunger from the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. 2 is zero hunger. 5 is women development, women empowerment, and youth development. That's all wrapped around there. And then 9 is infrastructure development. Infrastructure development meaning really building up all the basic infrastructure when you talk about roads, housing, healthcare, education, clean water, energy, power, and light. So some of the ways that we look at it is really the initiatives actually, it focuses on empowering women and promoting sustainable development in Africa. So that is the health, on maternal and child health, breast cancer awareness, and diabetic awareness campaign. Those are some of the areas where we actually are building up structures on those ones. Then, of course, on education and youth development. And that is, we did that with the Read to Lead initiative and Sister School Global Initiative. We're very big on that. We want to partner the schools all across Africa with schools in the Western world. So we want to create like a sister city relationship.
Cities like Lagos, Little Rock,
Lagos, Little Rock. And of course, everything is all hammed around economic empowerment. See, we have to have economic development. We cannot have economic empowerment or even women empowerment without having economic development. So we have to create structures for that will actually empower entrepreneurs, by creating entrepreneur programs and economic development summits. And that's where you have the First Ladies Forum and Economic Development Summit. That's one of them. You have the Africa 259 Summit. We have so many, and then we have the Africa Technovation Summit, which is really, that one is really wrapped around the Sustainable Development Goal 9, which is infrastructure development and innovative and technology development, and we're going to wrap it around youth.
Yes,
and of course,
in Abu Dhabi, correct?
Yes, and of course we have the environmental sustainability, which is the one that we're going to create climate action plan and conservation efforts. We're going to build that from communities to community, and we do that by really just training the trainers. That is, training has people in communities that can now go back and actually implement some of the programs even in their own communities. So one of the ways we want to do it is really we do it by collaborating with other organizations, so many different organizations and government to achieve these goals. And of course, using the platform of the United Nations Economic ECOSOC status to actually achieve that. And of course, partnering with the African Union and so on. So those are some of the areas, some of the key areas that we work on, especially when we talk about the Africa 259. And we're looking for partners. We need partners to actually make this a reality. Right now in Nigeria, we launched
together.
Yes. Exactly. So we have the government entity, we have the civil society, and then we have the private sectors, the public-private partnerships, because it's going to take all hands on deck to be able to bring about these programs that we're talking about. So definitely it's a collective effort of it. So we need partners to join us on this journey. That's one of the reasons why we launched the Africa 259 Nigeria Limited, and this was launched during the Ojaja mall opening in November 30th. That was under the auspice of His Imperial Majesty Oni Adeyeye Enitan Ogunwusi, the Oni of Ife. Your Jaja II, Oni of Ife. So we look forward to working with the royal families. Looking forward to working with the government entities, and of course working with the private sectors, in order to bring this to fruition and to actually create the Africa of our dream.
And if you're watching this on Eastern time, okay, like I am, you probably, when you get done with the broadcast, you're going to need a nap, because this woman never stops. Although you do have your rhythm because of your 10 rituals to rock your day, but you wear as many hats as those beautiful colors in your official royal hat, the official royal garb. When Princess walks into a room, it's just an event. It's not an entrance, it's an event. So I want to wind this up, because we could be finished, but we'll never be through. Because the one thing, isn't this just like you? We didn't do enough about your coronation. Okay, come on. So I remember my oldest granddaughter saying, and then you ended up Farmore, which means it's father's mother, it's my son. We're Scandinavian. That's where the grandmother's saying. And she said, Farmore. Did you ever think that you were going to end up your year spending time with a queen? I said, you never know, because that woe manifestation, you put a fleece, as it says in the good book, out. You go ahead and believe and embrace, as you said, and commit. You never know what he has in store. But we're going to watch this one more time. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to key in not only to this hat she has on, but the different things that she did for the launching of the smart city. I can't say those names the way you do because there's so many syllables, but Queen, this second retake is for you. And you can also find at Princess Moradeun, Moradeun, and you can see her walking with her designer bags wherever she graces the stage, because you truly are a woman that embraces the grace that echoes through eternity. Let's take a look, take a listen.
The power of one. What a blessing to be part of a glorious global community of game changers. From NASDAQ in Times Square to the United Nations Ambassador of Peace Conferment, featuring my big bear, Dr. Robert H. Bear, to the international women's empowerment stages around the world, celebrating AWHPI Global's 20th anniversary in Little Rock alongside our Healthapedia tribe, receiving the Presidential Humanitarian Award, and our tribe honored with the President's Lifetime Achievement Awards. October carried us to Dubai, emceeing and keynoting the First Ladies Forum for Global Leaders. And who could have imagined? 2025 brought us to Lagos, Nigeria, where our princess was crowned queen, and we began pre-planning for Africa 259. Now 2026, our CSW 70 Ambassador conferments with Dr. Jim and Deb Simpson joining our Peacekeepers of Planet Earth, Impacting Through Women's Essence and Real Men Are Aware panels at the Nigerian Embassy, and on to Qatar in April for another world-changing First Ladies Forum. Then August in Abuja, Nigeria, pouring into our youth, one heart, one soul, one purpose, for the health, healing, and hope of humanity.
And Princess, we ended that video at 111 because, my dear, you are a queen, you were a princess, you are an ambassador, doctor, and a royal highness, but 111, you are an angel. Without a doubt, you are an angel for all you've done. When you found that woman who is dying of breast cancer, nursing her baby on the side of the road, and you had a vision. Yeah, and you had a purpose that was bigger than you, that you must make a difference. And you have. You've made a difference in my life. You've made a difference in countless lives. And we've, what they say down south, I'm going to give you this one. So I make sure the eyelashes stay on and we don't start crying here, girl.
Yeah, we don't want that.
But we've just begun to scratch the scratch. So join us. And I do have a little bit of announcement to make, because she's got to go ahead and do this thing in Nigeria to make sure it aligns with Little Rock and sister cities. We have moved the First Ladies Forum in Qatar to June 22nd through 26th, I believe that is the date. The video came out prior to us doing this. So it's going to be hot in Qatar, but guess what? We're hot anywhere we go. Okay, it does not matter. So put this on your date. You can contact it. Princess Moradeun Ogunlana. You can always find me and get all the information through Healthopedia365.com, my website, drjod.com. Being a board member, you giving me on behalf of President Trump the humanitarian award, but you are truly, truly that humanitarian because you took action when you saw that woman on the side of the road. So take action, ladies and gentlemen, take action so you will make a difference. So when I think about how my world shifted after 30 days with me accepting that my big bear had graduated to heaven, I'm not a widow. I'm just a wife whose husband has wings. That's what I've decided I'm calling it for now. But I'm overflowing with gratitude. It just spills all over me. So join us, ladies and gentlemen. It's not just one organization, one non-for-profit going here, going there, getting on an airplane. It's an abundance walk. Join us and be a part of the pulse of what we're doing together. So what are the final words that you'd like to share with our audience?
I would like to dedicate this poem to you in the work that you've done, and also to the fact that this month, the month of February, is the Heart Month, is the month of love, but it's also to the Black History Month, where the heritage, the Black.
Say that.
And so, in honor of that, I would like to dedicate this poem to you by our incredible Dr. Maya Angelou, whom I know you love so much. And the poem goes, that's the Phenomenal Woman poem. And it goes, pretty woman, wonder where my secret lies. I'm not suited to build like a fashion model size, but when I start to tell them, they think I'm telling lies. And I say, it's in the reach of my arms, the span of my hips, and the stride of my step, the curl of my hair, because I'm a woman, phenomenal woman. That's me. So Dr. Jody Bear, that is you. Because when you walk into a room, just as cool as could be, and to a man, the fellow stands or fall down on their knees, then they swarm around me like a hive of honeybees. And I say, it's in the reach of my smile, the stride in my step, and the walk of my smile, and the flash of my smile. Because I'm a woman, phenomenal woman. That's me, and that's you.
You and me together, it is just we. Absolutely, we are we. So join us on this vision. Join us no matter what. Join us in Aruba. But before we're going to go to the UN, then after that, we'll be going to Qatar in June, then to Abuja. That's a new city in August, and points beyond, because it's beyond our wildest imagination who our Heavenly Father thinks we should be. That's what you embrace it. But first of all, you in health, take care of you and your world first. Then the world around you is empowered forever. Princess, you have empowered so many with your poem and today, but your quote, because a woman, you're just not the whispers of your soul, but you truly embody elegant grace, and you will echo through eternity. So join us next Thursday. We will be with Dr. Talk, talking about it being Heart Month, and we will make sure that we bring in the fact that African Americans have a 3 times greater disposition to being diabetic, but having heart disease. And let's make and change that, because we will make a difference. Because you can, as Jamie Kerr says, you know, Jamie and Jennifer, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go with the team. But if you want to go fast and far, go with the right people.
Right people.
And Dr. Nephetine Serrano gave me 2 right people with these 2 women. So as we say, and each and every day, make it a great Healthopedia kind of day. Ciao for now.
Woman up, 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 up.